Hey guys, it's Bellamy here from Midnight Suns, and today I'm joined by Genki. We just got out of the Singapore premiere for Kung Fu Panda 4.
Yeah.
So, first off, what do you think about this movie?
I think that it's hard to rank it like out of all the four movies because obviously 2 is the top one and then followed by 1, but I'm having issues with 3 and 4 because I think they both have their like pros and cons and then they like even out. But in terms of the story wise, I think it's actually not so bad. It's better than I thought it would be based on what we saw in the trailers and stuff.
Yeah, this movie I think it's way better than what the trailers made it look like, and I just saw the third movie in preparation for this yesterday. Yeah, and I actually think surprisingly the third movie, even though it came out almost 10 years ago, I actually felt that one had better action than this movie. Like that one had a lot more action scenes and even better animation, which is kind of weird. Yeah, but this movie, I guess they introduced certain new characters that I think ended up being a lot better than we thought they were gonna be from just watching the trailers. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I think I'm a bit biased towards Aquafina because like some of her previous movies, her characters are like not really that like appealing and stuff. And then for this movie, I thought she might be just a Mary Sue in terms of like being able to do everything and then suddenly just coming in and then like upending the main character. But her backstory and stuff is actually quite like good, and then everything about her character is well explained except for one part, which is like how she's able to fight as well as she does, because apparently the person that taught her didn't even have like any formal training.
Yeah.
So it's like suddenly where did all the kung fu skills all come from?
Yeah. So yeah, we won't spoil too much, but yeah, that is really one big question mark that I feel the movie didn't really answer. Like, because she's trained by a certain character who herself has no kung fu knowledge, but yet she's able to go hand to hand with like
with Po as well.
Yeah, with Po. Yeah, and speaking of Po, like this whole movie revolves around the plot of him finding his successor, like the next dragon warrior. So what do you think about that? Like, do you think that it lives up to the legacy of the previous movies?
Not really sure, but I think like change is inevitable, so like eventually he has to pass it down. But the fact that he was insecure about not being the Dragon Warrior anymore, even though he went through all the like character development in the third movie where he felt like he understood that he's more than just the Dragon Warrior, is like a bit weird.
Yeah.
It's like it's ignoring all the character developments from the past movies.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I also felt the villain from third movie, when he came back in this movie, I saw his character felt completely different.
Oh yeah, okay, because I mean, if you watch the trailer, you know that the main villain of this movie, the comedian, she brings back like all or like most of the past villains.
Yeah. Sorry, minor spoilers, guys.
And then so basically we know that Tai Lang is back, and then it's implied in the trailers that Shen and Kai would also be back. But unfortunately, Kai and Shen doesn't have any like voice lines, and also from we know of Kai, when he went to the spirit world, it wasn't like willingly, like he was he was still like pissed at Po. But then when he came back in this movie, there's like no hatred.
Yeah, it's so
like,
weird.
His character is just standing there in the background, same as Shen, because Shen went to the spirit world because he died when fighting Po, and like it feels weird that Shen isn't as vengeful or something, because they are both just like 2D characters in the background.
Yeah, that was pretty weird. Yeah, so actually, I don't feel that maybe actually you don't really need to watch the previous movies to watch this one actually, because if you watch the previous one, then you might be wondering like why are some of the characters, especially the villains, like so different. And also, one of my big complaints about this movie is the Furious 5. They barely appear, let's just say that. I'm not gonna say when they appear, but they do appear, but they barely appear in the movie, and I think that's like a big disappointment. But I guess like the trailers kind of show that already. But what do you think?
And also like all the marketing, they do say that the 5 has their own like quests that they are on and stuff, so they are not in the movie as much. And then I think other than that, the animation, like as you mentioned, like the movie has the better like fluid motions with the fight scenes and stuff. But in this movie, the level of detail is like crazy, because like from the start, I couldn't really like focus on the movie itself because I was like amazed by Li Sheng's like the fur detail, and then also like Master Shifu's robe and stuff, and even the steps up to the temple in the Valley of Peace, the detail is like crazy.
Yeah.
And stuff. So yeah, it's like I feel like the animators definitely should be given more time, but like the fact that they can do what they do, like it's really proves that DreamWorks is like the top.
Yeah.
More than Pixar and all that stuff.
It is definitely, in terms of animation, it's one of the best animated films I've seen in quite a while. Yeah. So
It's like very clean. The presentation is clean as well.
Yeah. So as you guys can tell, the rain is starting to pick up here. So let's wrap up this review. So what is your final score for the film?
I think probably 7.5 out of 10.
So I will give this movie a 7 out of 10. I think it's really pretty good. Yeah, I would definitely recommend watching it, especially if you're a fan of Kung Fu Panda. Whether it's the Netflix shows or the previous movies, yeah, I think it's worth watching.
And like, okay, because most of us grew up with it, right? I think you should, if you watch it, try to book like a night screening so there won't be many kids like crying and stuff.
There's so many kids, yeah, and there were a lot of kids and there were babies crying. Yeah.
So that's it, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all for this review, guys. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys for the next movie review. Stay gold, everybody. Bye, guys.